The doctors had already covered Daniel's body with a white sheet because they thought he wouldn't wake up again. But just when everyone stepped out of the emergency room, Daniel's finger moved. 1 year earlier, Daniel Miller was just a normal two-year-old delivery boy. No money, no support, no big dreams. Just a quiet kid trying to survive each day. He wanted to do something great with his life. But every time he tried, something went wrong. His father had left when he was young. His mother worked 2 jobs. And Daniel felt like the world forgot he existed. Every morning, he rode an old, shaking scooter to deliver food around the city. Customers shouted if he was late. His boss deducted money for the smallest mistakes, and at night, he returned home so tired that even smiling felt like hard work. But Daniel still had one spark inside him. He wanted to start his own small delivery company someday, even if nobody believed he could. One day, after finishing 13 hours of work, Daniel told his mom, "Mom, one day I'll build something big. You'll see." She smiled softly and said, "I believe you, even if no one else does." Those words became the only strength he had. But life didn't get easier. His scooter broke down again and again. His boss threatened to fire him. Customers kept giving him low ratings. Daniel was drowning in problems. No money, no help, no hope, until one rainy night changed everything. The rain fell so hard it looked like the sky was breaking apart. Daniel had 3 more deliveries to finish before his shift ended. His clothes were soaked, his hands were freezing, and the road was slippery. But he needed the money. He whispered to himself, "Just finish today, please." While taking a sharp turn, his scooter skidded. He tried to balance, but the scooter slipped under a truck coming from the opposite side. Everything turned black. When he opened his eyes again, he was in a hospital bed. Broken bones, bruised face, and a body that refused to move. Doctors told him he might never walk properly again. His boss fired him over the phone, and medical bills started piling up. One night, Daniel cried silently, covering his face so his mom wouldn't hear. He felt useless, broken, finished. "Why does this happen to me?" he whispered. He stopped believing in dreams. He stopped believing in himself. A week later, a young volunteer from a local charity visited him. Her name was Emma. She looked at Daniel's bandaged leg and said, "You know, your accident didn't end your life. It just paused it." Daniel didn't reply. Emma continued, "Do you know how many people start from zero after a tragedy? You can too. You just need one idea and one reason not to quit." That night, her words kept echoing in his head. One idea, one reason. He couldn't walk. He couldn't work. But he still had a phone, a notebook, and a brain full of ideas. Slowly, he began planning a small online delivery service. No scooter required, no risky travel. Just coordinating orders and assigning delivery partners using an app. He learned business basics online. He sketched logos, he wrote plans, and he built the first version of his delivery service while lying in a hospital bed. When he finally got discharged, he was still walking with a stick, but he was walking with purpose. He launched the service with only 2 delivery partners and zero marketing money. For months, barely any orders came. But he didn't quit. He kept improving the service. He talked to local shops. He asked friends to spread the word. And then, one store gave him a chance. Then another. In 1 year, Daniel's service grew from 2 riders to 47. From 0 clients to 200 plus stores. From a broken life to a successful business. The same people who once ignored him now waited outside his small office to work with him. 2 years after the accident, Daniel returned to the hospital, not as a patient, but as a guest speaker. He stood in front of injured patients and said, "I was lying right there once, thinking my life was over. But sometimes life breaks you so you can rebuild stronger. Dreams don't need perfect conditions. They just need a person who refuses to give up." The audience clapped with teary eyes. Daniel smiled because he finally understood something powerful. Success doesn't start with money. It starts with a moment when you decide to rise again.